Persona 3, my first Shin Megami Tensei game. And I can say it's a great, awesome, top-notch game with a few drawbacks. Mostly due to small little factors that I guess they added for immersion or just because they could. First thing you'll notice is that it's a different type of RPG. You're not in a fantasy setting or a space setting. You're a high school student in Japan. Your main thing in this game is creating relationships with people and controlling personas, which the relationships can strengthen through the stronger that relationship that corresponds, or that arcana. If you fuse a persona in that arcana, it will be stronger if you have a higher level of that relationship. And the world really sucks you in at first because it's so simple but so effective. You don't go on a journey. You don't go anywhere. You stay in one town, and yet there's so much to do. So many different stories to explore, different social links, different places to eat, different abilities to enhance, whether it's your persona strength, stats, fuse weapons, buy armor, fuse personas, go to the cafe to improve your charm, or, just walk around and see all the little stuff. I mean, there's not much in the world, but there's enough to keep you occupied and sucked in. The only thing that hampers the experience is two things. One, the stupid fatigue system that nobody likes. You'll eventually level your endurance. I think it applies to your endurance so much that it won't affect you. Really, the fatigue system's only built for hurting you and stopping you from grinding to where the game is super easy, even though you can already do that with the fatigue system in place. And it really just hurts the experience and makes you be like, why is this game telling me how to play the game? It's less freedom, more linear, but this is a pretty linear RPG. I mean, it's not Elder Scrolls, it's not a Final Fantasy, it's not even a fucking, I don't know, Zelda, even if Zelda's not an RPG. It's not really an adventure in terms of having a big, expansive world. It's streamlined? I don't remember the word. But you go from point A to point B. You go day by day. Literally day by day. You have a set number of days to play this game. Now, the time in the day is infinite. You can sit there and leave your game on for 24 hours and you'll be in the same day as long as you haven't done anything like go to a social link event or go to a shop or go to Tartarus. And I liked that, but I didn't like that. I didn't like that even on days that you don't have school, your morning passes away. You should be able to have your morning and your evening. I don't know if that gets fixed in later games. I don't think it does, but I didn't like that. Another thing I didn't like, and it's really, really important to an RPG, is part of the battle system. The battle system is fun. Knocking down enemies, doing all-out attacks, elemental weaknesses, elemental strengths, list goes on and on. You choose what shadows you fight. You hit them. You can avoid them, run away from them, or attack them. There's, it's not random battles, which is great, because random battles kind of suck. But what also sucks is not being able to control your party members. You can't control your party members. You can pick them, you can give them items, you can grind their levels. You can do everything but decide what they do on their battle turn. And that is frustrating, and I hate that. It's really apparent in boss battles where you're like, man, I need them to fucking heal me. I'm going to die. And they don't heal you. They attack the enemy, and then you die, and it's game over. Even though there are fucking spells that can bring people back from fainting, somehow, if you die, it's game over. You know. But whatever. You can live with AI control partners because you do have some influence on them. You can select battle commands for them and be like, Mitsuru, attack without support, Yukari, support, I guess, whatever. You know. And I guess it makes sense because you only play as one character. Why should you be able to control the other party members? In terms of story and gameplay sense, game world sense, it makes sense, right? Can I say sense enough? But in a gamer, mindset, it's frustrating to see them make a dumbass move and then it just fucks you up and you have to redo the boss fight or lose an hour of grinding, shit like that. I don't want to talk about the negatives because there's way more positives. I love the idea of Tartarus. I don't like the execution. Having just one dungeon that you work your way throughout the entire game is great, but it's, again, linear. There's, you get to a certain point and the game's like, nope, you can't pass. You beat a main shadow boss, and suddenly the gate disappears and you can move on. It's just a way to block you from doing what you want, and I don't really like that. But I don't know. I really liked the production value. I loved the animated cutscenes. I loved the voice acting. I loved the music, the graphics, the gameplay. I really enjoyed the game. It's really fun, and I look forward to playing other Shin Megami Tensei games. And I've heard that they are very difficult. I didn't have any trouble with Persona 3, but I've heard Shin Megami Tensei games are difficult, and I don't think Persona counts as being Shin Megami Tensei, like the main series. It's like a spin-off series, so I don't really know. But, I don't know. The final boss fight, very easy, but just annoying. I forget what the move is, Moon Shadow or Moon Wing or something. Will fuck you up more times than you can think of just by chance, and they can instant heal themselves, and it's frustrating. But the boss design's very creepy and very cool. Yeah, I really thought it was a great game. I'm glad I played it. I'm glad I spent 100 hours of my life playing it. I can't wait to get into Persona 4 and into other Shin Megami Tensei games. I want to play Nocturne. And obviously the newest Shin Megami Tensei game coming out on Switch. But for right now, I'm content that I played that game, Persona 3. And I don't know. It's really good. I don't have anything to say. Except, which probably makes this game like 20 times better, is that you can have a partner that is a dog. Cute little puppy that can kill demons and shadows. And has a very touching story. And that's about his only... He doesn't have any dialogue either. He just woofs. It's pretty cool. Play the game or don't. I'm running the clock. I got 10 minutes of footage that I recorded. Should I use those 10 minutes or should I not? I could just end it here. I don't know, though. I could just keep going. That would kind of require more editing. Anyways, it's just my thoughts, my review on Persona 3. I've been wanting to do something like this for a while. This isn't part of the review, so the review's over. Play the game. I wanted to move away from Let's Plays. They take up a lot of my time. And I just don't think I did them very well. Because since it's just me talking, I feel like I ran out of stuff to say about 30 minutes into the game. It became very apparent when I was playing Twilight Princess, and I just kept saying the same thing over and over and over. So I think I want to move on to reviews and what my thoughts on and stuff like that. I don't know. First thoughts, final thoughts. I don't know what I'm going to call it, but, you know, I guess look forward to it. It just helps me out. I won't have consistent videos streamed or being put up, but, you know, it's easier for me to do this, to play a game in my free time, record some footage, and then make a 10-minute video about it, or a 20-minute video about it, or a 5-minute video about it. You know, and not pressure myself to be funny or pressure myself to constantly talk for hours, you know. So, yeah. Play Persona 3. My next review might be... I have no idea. I have no clue. But watch it when it comes out, because it might be a good one. Probably not. Most of my stuff isn't very good. I'm a very sad man. And sad men have sad lives. Happiness just doesn't come to a person like me, I guess. Anyways, play Persona 3. It's a very good story. And look forward to my content. I said the same thing for like 2 minutes. But whatever. I don't care.